Hey, what's going on, nerds? R2 here. Look, it's not my fault, okay? I was going grocery shopping, and where I was going grocery shopping, there was an op shop, right? Again, not my fault that they're right next to each other. And I went in there for a quick look, and they happen to have half-price books. So again, that's not my fault. Yeah, so of course I got some, because they had a really good selection there. So I was like, well, it'd be criminal to leave them there for somebody else. That's just rude. So I had to grab them. So I did. So these were probably anywhere from 50 cents to $2 each. So yeah, they basically charge their books, charge for their books on size, which is pretty much how all books are charged with here in Australia, at least around near my places. So yeah, I've been hearing a lot about Brent Weeks on BookTube, and I've never read any of his stuff. So I found this. They're the Black Prism, and apparently it's book 1. I don't recognize this series, but I recognize the other series that he had with The Way of Shadows, Shadows Eagle, and Beyond the Shadows. That, I guess it's a Shadow trilogy. So this, I believe, is a second trilogy. The Lightbringer series, yeah, which has got 4 books in it apparently. But I never picked up the other 3. Just for some reason, the covers just turned me off. I don't know why. Maybe they're good, but I've heard mixed things about Brent Weeks. You either love him or you hate him. I don't know. I just wanted to give it a go. So I don't know when I'll give this a go. Probably next year sometime. I've got a good little pile of fantasy books that I want to read next year, or at least give a crack of next year, because the fantasy that I read is usually just it's very condensed, very selective. Like, I read Terry Goodkind. Terry Goodkind is my favorite fantasy author of all time, and I was shocked to learn that he passed away like a couple of years ago. I didn't even know. So yeah, that made me go and buy all the rest of the books of his that I didn't have. So now pretty much I just need one more of his books, which isn't a fantasy. So, but I'll still buy it. But I now own every single book he ever wrote. And it's a little bit bittersweet because, yeah, once I need to read his last 5 books in his Nikki Chronicle series. So anyway, I'm rambling. But yeah, I got a Brent Weeks. We'll see. I picked up this trilogy and that was only $2. Did I say that was $2? This was $1 because it was $2, but half price. I got the Ilme Mute. I read this a long time ago. When did this come out? Because I reckon I read it in early 2000s. 2001. Yeah, I reckon I would have read it probably 2002, because about year 12 for me in high school. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. It's got flying ships where they've got this special metal that they put on the bottom of their ships that they can traverse. It sort of reflects or goes against the Earth's natural gravity, or that planet's natural sort of magnetic field or something. So it's like 2 magnets. They're sort of pushing against each other, so it's sort of forcing the ship to fly in the air and that. And there's certain paths that they can travel around the planet, and yeah, it's really, really good. I quite liked it. So it's got a little bit of science in it but it's predominantly a fantasy, and I like my flying ships. But I really enjoyed this one. I just never read the other 2. So when I found this trade paperback for $1, I had to get it because I don't own it. And then they had the other 2 there, but in little small mass market sort of paperbacks, but matching covers. So I'm gonna have to probably read that again, at least just flick through it and just speed read it, just to sort of refresh my memory, because it's been 20 years since I read that book. But I got Lady of Sorrows, which is awesome. And yeah, sorry, I was just reading the pull quote. It's in a word, enchanting. Herald Sun, which is a Australian newspaper. And then The Battle of Evernight. So that's friggin' sweet. Is she Cecilia Dart Thornton? Is she an Aussie? Or British? Don't know. Anyway, yeah, so that's great to get, and they were $1 each as well. So to get the trilogy for $3, I mean, I couldn't leave it there. I had to get it. This I got just because it's a Folio Society. It's The Last Grain Race by Eric Newby, and it was $2.50 because they had it priced at $5, but again, half price. So I don't particularly want it, but I don't know. I couldn't leave it there. You know, Folio Society. I don't even know what this is about. Okay, my computer just did something. I'm not sure what happened. I'll fix it at editing. But yeah, I don't know. For $2.50, I couldn't leave it there. Somebody might want it later on down the track. Of course, I had to have a look online and see, because I don't know anything about Folio Societies. I've only just sort of discovered them the last couple of months. And I mean, it could be worth like $30 or something, but again, I don't buy books for their worth well, not for the most part anyway. But yeah, it'll go next to my other one for the time being, and because I only have 2. So I am looking at a few sort of more vintage Folio Societies on eBay for my own personal collection, and they're very, very nice. I found another one of these. Apparently, I looked these up, and apparently there's like 6 or 8 of these Isaac Asimov Library of the Universe. So I've got, this is a second copy. I've got this one now. So it was 50 cents. I got another one. I'm pretty sure it already had this Anne McCaffrey Dragon Quest, but I just wanted this cover. How cool is this cover? I might put this in my store. It's like unread condition. It's a very, very good condition. So it might even replace the one I've got, because I like these covers. I just really want a set of these covers. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm just gonna start these very soon. After when did I say I was going to do this? What month are we in? September. Are we in yeah, we are in September. Maybe December. I think I was going to start these in December. It would have to be, because November is recommendation reads. So that was I think that was $1. This one was $1. Peter Atkins, Morning Star. I just got it. It's like a horror, some sort of vampire horror or something. Yeah, it's his first novel, so that sort of intrigued me a little bit to read somebody's first novel. But it's a pretty easy one. If I don't like it, I'll just give it to my friend. She collects horror books, so I'll give that to her. This is cool. This is The Forever War by Joe Helderman. That was, I think that actually, was it this one? No, this is $1. I don't know anything about it, but it's got a cool cover. It's a Nebula Award winner, so that's fantastic. And yeah, just a vintage sci-fi that I guess I don't have. I have no idea. This one, Debatable Space. I think I already have this. I may have shown another one of these before. I can't remember. They're all starting to sort of just mold into one. So Philip Palmer, Debatable Space. Unread. Oh no, it's got a small spine crease, but that's okay. But it's in good condition. If I already have it, which I think I might, this will just go in my booth, my little bookshop that I got. This one, Charles Stross, Accelerando, whatever. Yeah, I have no idea what this is. Oh, that's right. Accelerando is to cyberpunk what Napster was to the music industry. Volatile, visionary, a bit flawed, and a lot of fun. If you know Napster, if you were of the time when Napster was a thing, where we would wait 45 to 50 minutes to download a song, to find out that it wasn't the right song, or it was some stupid glitched remix, or it was just, yeah, not what you thought was. Yeah, and then you would have to, for like a 2-minute song. Oh, but good old Napster. As virusy as it was our fucking, it was, yeah, our only way we could get certain music. But yeah, I don't know what this is. Ah, this one. Yeah. This one was $5. But they, half price, $2.50. So, Heinlein, Assignment in Eternity. Very small, very short book. This is only like 120 odd pages. So, this would be a very quick read. Don't know what it's about, but it's from 1977. Oh, well, the story is 1971. This edition is 1977. So that's awesome. I want to get a copy of Starship Troopers because I had no idea that he wrote that. And the vintage copy looks so good. The cover looks amazing. I had a movie cover version of it, but I put it in my booth not realizing that it was a Heinlein story. And I'm not sure if that movie cover version is exactly the same as what the original story was, or it's just basically the adaptation of the film. But I went back to get it to find out, but it had been sold. So this just looked cool. I don't know, it just looked interesting enough. And it's the Jenny Dean science fiction mysteries, the mystery of the hidden trap. I don't know, it's like a kid's science fiction mystery, even though it's not really science fiction-y. This one seems a little bit sort of supernaturally or something like that, but it's got a cool little map in there. I'm a sucker for kids solving mysteries because when I was younger, I always liked the idea of being a private detective or just being a detective, you know, in those old sort of like Maltese Falcon type movies. I watched a lot of those, and that sort of got me into like kid solving mysteries, or you know, like the Goonies and stuff like that, and it just made me want to be like that. So I'm still a sucker for like Hardy Boys and Alfred Hitchcock mystery books, which I've got a bunch of those up there. So Nancy Drew, anything like that where it's just kids solving mysteries like this. This is it. Just I gotta look into it. I gotta read it, and it's got some cool artwork in there. But I think this is book 2. Oh yeah, there you go. Book 2. So I've never heard of these before. I'm sure you could read it out of order. But it's from the 80s. 1983. So that's cool. Yeah. Never heard of these before. Let me know if you've heard of these. It's by Dale Carlson. Never heard of them before. And it says it's science fiction thriller, but it's the story of this is 4 people living in 4 neighboring towns are victims of 4 near-fatal accidents, and a 12-year-old boy is spotted at the scene of each. Is the boy responsible for causing any of the accidents, or is he himself a victim of some fiendish plot? So it sounds a little bit supernaturally, and it does say that there's a where they sort of I'll read the back because I'm struggling, but it says, enter the world of Jenny Dean, a 16-year-old sleuth with a passion for solving some of the most extraordinary science fiction mysteries ever recorded. We shall see. Jenny's escapades take her and her friends beyond the ordinary world and into the super unusual world of suspense, drama, and adventure. So I don't know how science fiction-y this is going to be, but hey, couldn't leave it there. One of my favorite books ever, because it's based on one of my favorite movies ever, or you know, or vice versa, is The Princess Bride by William Goldman. I've read this book so many times. I have a copy that is a movie copy, has got like a movie cover, and it's just trashed. So I found this reprint cover that's just doesn't look to be read. So for $1, I had to get this one just to replace my other cover. It's a funny book. If you've seen the movie, it is the movie, but it's just written a little bit. It's just different enough to make you want to read it and get a different interpretation of the film. If you love the film, you will love this because it goes into a little bit more detail, so you get more of a background of certain characters, and which they didn't really translate too much. Well, it didn't really translate very well into the movie. So there's some things that happen in the movie like, I don't understand what's going on, but it explains it all in here, and it's really cool. And then the guy William Goldman sort of writes like a mock sort of sequel to the film in the like a couple of bonus chapters for like what would be a second movie / second book, and it's interesting, but they nothing ever came of it. So, but yeah, Princess Bride, I'm sure if you know it, you love it. Yeah, this one just looked interesting. This is the Almond Saint by Mike Cole. So, suffer no wizard to live. When a wizard was discovered, the pilgrims of the order came to put the matter right. They took no chances. Even talk of wizarding meant there was a chance the veil had been rent, and what was rent must be knit. I think basically, like magic and stuff has been outlawed because it could summon the evil darkness or some shit. Yeah, I don't know. In a world where any act of magic, In a world where any act of magic could open a portal to hell, the order ensures that no wizard will live to summon devils and will kill as many innocent people as it must to prevent that great horror. So, yeah, I just like the fact that this got, people in this crazy, what's the word? Religious-y sort of sect in big armor, taking out like wizards and shit. It just has a bit of a sort of Warhammery type feel to it. I don't know. It seemed interesting, and it's only like 100 pages, 180 pages, so look good. Then I got this one, Book 1 of the Darklands trilogy, Night People by Anthony Eaton. It's like post-apocalyptic, sciencey type story, which just seemed really cool. Yeah, people, they can't really live on the earth, so they go into the sky to, they sort of live up in the air and stuff to get off the planet. But yeah, I think it's a science fiction. It just had me at post-apocalyptic, and then they start living in the air or living in the sky or living above ground sort of thing, like high up in towers and shit. But yeah, sounds right up my alley. This was a cool find. H.G. Wells, Science Fiction Collection Volume 2. This has The Invisible Man, When the Sleeper Wakes, and The Shape of Things to Come. I'm pretty sure I have all these books anyway, but it's a nice little... It's a nice sort of compilation of his stories, so I like that picture. The picture's really cool. Yeah, never seen this version of it before. I might keep it, it might go in my booth. I don't know. This is definitely one I'm not going to keep, but I don't know. I say I'm definitely not going to keep it, but it depends. I really like this art. I really like this cover, and I've never seen it before. And it's Frank Herbert, Chapter House Dune. Never read any Dune. Never read any Frank Herbert. I have a lot of his stuff. I'm pretty sure I have all of his non-Dune books, except for one, because when I went to buy it, it was just absolutely trashed. There was a big bunch of all his stuff, and I'm pretty sure I got them all except for this, just one. Can someone tell me why they hole punch? Does anybody know why they hole punch the corner of these books? Because I have a lot of vintage books that have got hole punches in them. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Ooh, it's got beautiful colours, and I just noticed that little creature thingy in there. That's awesome. Yeah, I always wanted to read Dune when I was younger. I watched the movie. I love the original movie with Sting and that, but I was a little bit sort of like almost intimidated by Dune, so I don't know. I never got around to reading it, so I do need to give it a crack. I'm just disappointed with it from the new movie that came out, so I just was like, it sort of burned me a little bit, so I'm like, I don't even want to read the book. But I do have a copy of the book now, so I might flick through it and see how it is. But I do want to know, because every time they release Dune, they never release any of the sequels. I know they did actually with like a mini series. I think it was Children of Dune, but I don't know. But they always just seem to redo the same fucking first book, and I want to know more what happens. So I know what happens in the first book from all the different iterations of the film that I watched. But Chapter House Dune, I don't know where this actually falls. This is like the last one, according to this. So, but anyway, great cover, and it was $2. Another $2 book, Neil Asher. Starting to find Neil Asher a lot now, so I gotta pick his books up because I've just started reading his stuff. I'm halfway through Gridlinked. I'm reading 3 books at the moment. Excuse me. Yeah, halfway through Gridlinked. I'm really enjoying it. So, but I got 0 Point. I'm not sure if I have this one already or not. I can't get to my Neil Asher stuff at the moment because they're all blocked off. But nice trade paperback. It's not part of the Cormac series. This is part of the... What series is this? Oh, the Owner series. So I don't know where that is or where that falls in the Neil Asher universe, or even if it 0 Point. So it's book 2, I think, of the Owner series. So I'm not sure if these are in the same universe as the Agent Cormac series. So yeah, but that's cool. I'll pick up any Neil Asher that I find, especially for $2. And this is great. This is really good. I got Area 51, An Uncensored History of America's Top Secret Military Base by Annie Jacobson. Nice hardcover. $2 because it was half price. Before I read sci-fi books, all I read was non-fiction, space stuff. And I have a huge collection of alien books and UFO books and conspiracy books and government cover-up books and like abduction books and all that sort of stuff. So I was obsessed with that sort of stuff as a kid growing up. X-Files being one of my favorite shows, so that certainly didn't help my addiction to this sort of stuff and my obsession with this. I haven't heard of this, but I have plenty of books about Area 51, so it's always interesting to me to see other people's interpretations and getting all this other information and stuff. So you take it all with a grain of salt. You don't have to believe everything to enjoy it, but even if 1 or 2 little things are true, then it shakes up our entire history and what we've been told and what we've learned in schools and stuff. So it just that thought alone is so fascinating to me that I've got to read more. So I love this sort of stuff, probably more than the works of fiction, and that's just because of what I was reading and what I was into when I was younger. So this is fucking awesome. I can't wait to sink into this. And it's the sort of stuff where I can just read 20 or 30 pages and then put it down and come back to it later in the year. It's not something that I have to read straight up because I read so much of it from different people and I watch so many docos that it's all sort of it stays up here. So yeah, that's fantastic. So you can see, and I did pick up a few other books and put straight in my store, so I won't show those. But you can see that it's not my fault that I got those, because why would you leave those there for 50 cents to $1 to $2? So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below, guys, if you've read any of these books and what you think, because I really do care about what you guys think of these books. Or just let me know what you're reading, because that's even more interesting. Film a video, tag me in the video, show me what you're reading, because I love watching you guys and seeing. I've been scrolling through, speaking of watching you guys, I've been scrolling through, I've been searching book pickups, and what the fuck is going on with AMSR book pickups? I can't handle it. I want to watch these pickups, I want to see what you pick up. But you get really close to the mic and then you start doing this stuff. And it just freaks me out. What is the obsession with AMSR book pickups? Hey, do it though. Like, if that's your thing, do it. But yeah, what's going on? Anyway, until the next one, guys, enjoy what you're reading, whatever that may be. Enjoy your filming, whatever you guys filmed. Just do you. Be happy and do you. But until the next one, guys, stay safe, be happy, and take care.